The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
All right, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is the ERGJ, your certified financial educator from the new Black Wall Street, and financial educator from ERGJ Enterprises, and we are opening up with our new Black Wall Street, a look ahead into the market today, the things that you need to know as we get started today. Of course, the market opens at 9 o'clock as far as on the domestic side, but there are all things. Money is always moving around. There are things that are going on in the foreign markets as well, Asia, Russia, all those places like that. So while we're sleeping, they're trading and they're making money. So money is always moving around in this global economy that we find ourselves in. So before we get into it, I just want to make a couple of announcements. We had our stock investment session last night. Went very well. We're going to be looking to do another one tomorrow. That's going to be Thursday. We're going to be talking about Sprint and Verizon. So if you are interested in investing into Sprint because of the Jay-Z deal, you probably want to tune in tomorrow so we can actually have a conversation about that before you go and put your money anywhere. Also, we've got upcoming next Tuesday is going to be our marijuana investment session. So if you've been interested in weed, marijuana, cannabis, or 420, and you've been looking at looking for some opportunities in that industry, then you want to tune in and join us at the kitchen table there, where we're talking about money and possible investments into marijuana. And then also upcoming, we have our first class of the year. We're going to have Stock Market 101. We're going to teach you the 7 steps to owning your first stock. We're going to walk you through the 7 steps that you need to know to buy your first stock this year. So either one of those opportunities are available to you. You can go to www.ergj.net. We've revamped the website. And you can actually sign up for a class or for one of those sessions, and we'll see you in those in that time frame. Ray, good morning, guys. I know you guys want to talk about what's going on in the market, what to look forward to today. I might need to get some water. So here's the things we need to know. Here's the things we need to look out for. So the big news, again, economics and politics, they go hand in hand. So it's one thing to just know about your money, but it's also an important thing to know what's going on in politics, because politics drives the market. Politics drives the legislature that either boosts or reduces certain sectors, which is why we pay attention to what's going on in the market, so we can get some clues as to what's going to be profitable for our dollars. So Trump is actually talking about building his wall. So President Trump is expected to sign an executive action today directing federal resources, which means our tax dollars, towards building a border wall with Mexico. In late night post Tuesday on Twitter, he wrote, "Big day plan on national security tomorrow. Among many other things, we will build the wall." One thing that we can say about Trump is he is doing what he said he would do. I don't know of any other president that in my lifetime that has taken this type of swift action from day one with doing the things that they said they would do. What typically happens is they come into our neighborhoods, they go to our churches and try to sway us to vote for them. But then when they get in office, they disappear. And I'm not saying that he came into, he's doing anything for black people. What I am saying, though, is the stuff that he said that he would do, he's doing. Now, why is that kind of important? Because it makes it easy to invest, because we kind of know what he's going to do. Whereas before, they would say one thing, not do it, and we don't know what they're going to do. Because we know the direction in which he's trying to move the country, it makes it easier to invest and find clues to make our money work for us. You just got to start thinking, and you got to start paying attention. So here's the thing. So this wall has got to be built. So shares in cement companies rallied Tuesday in anticipation of the announcement. You see, so he puts a tweet out, so he was going to build a wall. Well, a wall has got to be built by, typically it's built by cement. So cement companies rallied. You see how this stuff is working? So whoever, got the tweet first or whatever, and, put that piece together, said, oh man, we're talking about cement. We're talking about construction. went over into this area and probably invested in some construction companies, and boom, they just made 5, 6, 7%. All from one tweet that Trump may have put out. So, man, we got to start paying attention, man. So this is why I do this, is to bring you the information that you're probably not going to get, because, you know, we're busy with life. We're busy working. We're busy traveling to go to work. We're busy brushing our teeth, all that stuff, getting the kids ready. So, you know, so where are you going to just get a concise place where you can get some of this information so that you too can be a part of what's going on? Because money is being made and money is moving. So shares of cement companies rallied Tuesday in anticipation of the announcement expected during the visit to Homeland Security at 125 today. Mexico-based cement firm Cemex, which is CX, stock surged by 4%. Trump on Tuesday signed executive actions to advance the approval of 2 controversial oil pipelines, the Dakota Access and the Keystone XL. His decision reverses efforts by former President Barack Obama to block their construction. So I've been saying again, with the pipelines, construction, they have to be built. So construction companies are going to be are looking to have some type of favor in them. They're looking good, you know, because they have to employ people, they have to do the work, and they get paid for the work that they do, which makes them more profitable. That's a huge deal. That's a multi-million-dollar deal to build that pipeline. You see what I'm saying? So that is a good thing for construction. Cement companies, good thing for cement companies with this wall being built. We don't know whether Mexico is going to build it or we're going to have to pay our tax dollars to have the United States build it. But Trump wants to build this wall. So while this rhetoric is taking place, it's causing a boost in their stock. It's causing a rise in their appreciation, which our dollars could be participating in that rise as well. What's going on, Evans Munch? What's up, man? Investors cheer. So the global stock market is rallying right now, and the U.S. stock futures are pushing up. Investors are still feeling positive about Trump's pro-business agenda. Pro-business agenda. So if you are a business owner, you probably are actually liking that Trump is in office, because he is pro-business. So it may have his legislature is probably going to have a good impact on you as a business owner. If you're not a business owner, or you're not an entrepreneur, you may want to start thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, because we understand that there's tax benefits to you owning your own business. You're providing a product or service to the masses. You pay less taxes, and Trump is pro-business. So of course he wants businesses to continue to run this country and businesses to continue to thrive by paying less taxes. So again, the shift from being an employee to a business owner is the cash flow quadrant, man. So if you don't know about that, that's Robert Kiyosaki. I'm gonna add that to my recommended read section on my website. European markets are rising early in trading, with many indexes up about 1%. Most Asian markets ended the day with gains. S&P 500 and NASDAQ both hit record highs on Wednesday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.6%. It's now less than 100 points away from the much-hyped 20,000 point level. The financial material sectors performed particularly well on Tuesday as well. So the financial sector, that's where banks and investment companies, insurance companies are. The material sector, that's where construction, aluminum, cement, these material sector, it performed well on Tuesday, and we can expect it to continue to perform if they're talking about construction on this pipeline and cement for this wall. Again, so when you guys ask me, you ask me something like, you guys ask me a lot, where should I invest? Well, hey, I can't tell you where to invest your money, but it's easy for me to tell you what's doing well, what's expected to do well. Now, from that standpoint, then you guys say, okay, well, I might want to join one of these investment sessions where we can actually start digging into some of these sectors. That's why we have them set up, because I just can't do certain things I can't do on the public airways. If you understand what I'm saying. It's called protecting myself. This is significant, as both materials and financial stocks have been sensitive to market expectations about the Trump administration's ability to deliver growth, said Kathleen Brooks, research director at Citi Index. We got earnings coming out before the bell. I'm probably going to be reporting a lot about this. Boeing is expected to report, United Technologies, Progressive, They're releasing their earnings before the bell. After the bell, you're going to have AT&T, eBay, and Qualcomm. Qualcomm, oh my goodness. They are being sued, I believe, by Apple. And I think 3 days ago, we saw their stock price drop about 11% from that lawsuit. So we'll see how they've done from a profit standpoint. But the cool thing about Qualcomm, when something drops that big, like 11% in a day, that's going to give it room to bounce back. So I'm expecting Qualcomm to actually, no matter what their earnings are, good or bad, or as long as they are fair, I'd expect a bump on Qualcomm. So it may be an opportunity for you if you're a short-term trader to go long on Qualcomm, play the earnings or something like that. So because they had their big 11, 12% drop recently, that sets them up to have a bounce back when it's earnings. What a convenient time. So a quick nugget there, for those short-term traders, you option players, Qualcomm is something that you might want to be looking out for today, and that's going to be after the bell. AT&T investors, matter of fact, I'll do something I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna show you guys what I'll do tomorrow. I can't say too much over this public airway. What's going on, Marty? Good morning, man. He says, I think the Dow will cross 20,000 this week. Keep in mind, Amazon and Google report crypto seeing earnings tomorrow. So Amazon and Google tomorrow. I haven't even got to that. Google, Microsoft, Amazon's tomorrow, Microsoft and Google's tomorrow. But anyway, maybe Amazon reports too. AT&T investors will be listening to the news on its takeover of CNN's parent company, Time Warner, TWX. Trump, who previously said he was opposed to the deal, recently met with AT&T CEO Randall Stephenson, although the takeover did not come up in their talks. So if you're an investor in AT&T, you do have an opportunity to listen to their investor call, and they'll probably have something to share with their shareholders about the direction that they're going or what's going on with this takeover. So something that you want to pay attention to there. So, Marty, I'm going to hit you up about this Qualcomm thing. I'll hit you up when I get done with this show. So in case you guys don't know, we do have people that we have conversation with at the kitchen table. And you guys, I continue to tell you guys to, you want to join the table where we can actually have these conversations as it relates to what's going on in the market. All right, so here we go, man. As far as your global market is concerned, and this is, if you are a Forex trader, you want to be paying attention to the global market. The world stocks hit a 19-month high on Wednesday, lifted by strong Japanese trade data, stellar European company earnings, and hopes that U.S. President Donald Trump will press ahead with a large fiscal spending package. Spanish bank Santander was among the big gainers in Europe. Its 4% rise in 2016 net profit giving its share price a similar boost and leading the continent-wide rally in bank stocks. Look at that, the continent-wide. So this whole continent of North America, that's what they're talking about. No, I'm sorry. He said Spanish. Well, he's talking about Europe. So basically the financial sector, which is, filled with banks, not just in Europe, not just in the United States, but also in Europe, they've been booming. So, hopefully you guys have had your eyes on the financial sector. You've been making money with these banks because we've been talking about it for a while. So the MSCI's Global Share Index rose. That's basically MSCI is basically a foreign stock exchange or a foreign their foreign market. Rose 0.2% to 433.59, its highest since June of 2015. After two of Wall Street's main indices reached fresh peaks overnight. Europe's index of 300 leading shares and Germany's DAX both rose 1%, and Britain's FTSE 100 was up 0.7%. So what all these different names and numbers, we have the S&P 500, which is an index on the U.S. stock exchange. Well, on foreign exchange, they have indexes as well, and that's what I'm reading. Britain's FTSE 100, that's a Britain index. The Germany's DAX is German's index. So if you don't understand indexes, then you got to join our investor session so we can explain all that to you. Japan's Nikkei advanced 1.4%, buoyed by data showing the country's exports rose for the first time in 15 months in December. A positive sign for the economy, even as talks United States protectionism looms over the outlook. U.S. futures pointed to a higher open on Wall Street. On Tuesday, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, we talked about that, 51 points away from the 20,000 point mark. United States stocks have shown renewed signs of life this week as the market toyed with the idea of reigniting the Trump rally that we saw in the aftermath of the presidential election. And here's the deal. The Trump rally is still going strong because he is taking massive action. And the question is your money making massive action with this rally? Or are we just watching everyone else make money while we labor for money? Let me ask you that again. Are we just watching everyone else make money while we labor for money? See, money is a seed. It should grow and reproduce itself. And one of the places that you can plant this seed at, that it can reproduce on its own, is into the market. So I said this yesterday, the market is my reality TV. You guys can continue to watch Scandal and Empire and all this stuff. I'll be paying attention to politics and economics because that's going to affect my bottom line. And at some point, you got to decide what's important to you. And I can't think of, other than oxygen, water, and food, I can't think of another subject that's as important as building the Black economy. Trump signed 2 executive orders on Tuesday to move forward the Keystone Pipeline, Dakota Access Oil, rolling back the Obama administration environmental actions in favor of expanding energy infrastructure. He also met chief executives of the big 3 automakers to push more cars to be built in the United States. So again, United States automakers, the auto industry, it's another place that you can be looking. Ford, GM, Chrysler. Those are other places that are looking to have boosts or big boosts while Trump is in office. Bond yields are up. The dollar snapped its recent losing streak, and Treasury yields firmed overnight as Trump shifted his focus back to growth initiatives, including promised corporate tax breaks to fuel U.S. investment. Promised corporate tax breaks to fuel U.S. investment after focusing on protectionism in the first few days in office. The 10-year yield inched up 2.48%, recovering from its dip below 2.4% in this week, while the 2-year yield held a firm at 1.23%. This was as low as 1.14% on Monday. While the greenback moved in tandem with the snapback in United States yields overnight, it struggled to make much headway in Asian and European trading. Lingering concerns about growing protectionism from the Trump administration and the potential negative effects of global trade and growth remains close to the surface. So basically what they're saying is this TPP agreement and the NAFTA is depending on how it goes is having an impact right now on their yields or on their rates with their treasury bonds. It has kept the dollar yen flat despite S&P 500 hitting new highs and treasury yields edging up. So if you're in Forex, obviously you want to be trading pairs that are actually having some movement. So the dollar yen right now hasn't really moved because there's this power struggle right now between United States has the dollar and China, which has the yen. And so depending on how this TPP things works out, if China takes over as far as the world leader in that region because of this dissolvement or United States leaving the TPP, then you can starting to see the yen actually make some progress. Does that make sense? So, but obviously you want to be, paying attention to stuff that's moving. There's no doubt that a major bout of protectionism induced risk aversion would be yen supportive, as well as negative for a bunch of currencies that depend on U.S. trade. So this trade agreement is big. It's going to have a big impact on foreign exchange or currency trading, if that's what you want to call it. It's also, if you don't understand what currency trading is, it's going to have a big impact on when you fly out of the country and you need to exchange your dollar for another form of currency. You're either going to pay more or pay less, depending on how this trade agreement goes. So that's the best way for you to understand Forex if you don't trade Forex, because you do exchange your currency for the currency of the country that you're going to when you travel abroad. All right, so the sterling was steady. This is Britain's, this is UK's. The sterling was steady at $1.25 after the Britain's Supreme Court ruled that the government would need approval from Parliament before formally triggering the country's departure from the EU. The decision overall was seen as clearing the way for Prime Minister Theresa May to get on with launching Brexit talks. Sterling has bounced 4% over the last week. Oil prices gave back much of the overnight gains. Brent futures dipped 0.5% as well as 0.4% overnight. Renewed optimism over Trump's growth policies took the wind out of the recent rally in safe haven gold, which fell 0.6% to 1201 an ounce. So you can start to see hopefully as the rally or as stocks, as more optimism, as more greed, we call it. You got this volatility between fear and greed. As it's more greedy, as people are investing more into the market, then your defensive plays like gold and silver is going to decline because more money is leaving from the safe area, quote unquote, to the more risky area because where there's more risk, there's the opportunity for more reward. But then as there's more fear in the market, and as more people are shifting away from stocks or assets of that class, riskier stocks, they start to move money over to the safer areas or the defensive areas in where you have gold and silver. So there's this play between volatility, which is the level of fear or greed in the market, to being more aggressive or being more defensive. And so these are some of the things, the concepts, the philosophies that you learn when you join some of our investment sessions. I'm giving them a little bit to you today, but those are things that you learn as you join our investment sessions. Yeah, Trump stocks. Yeah, so I'll do a topic on some Trump stocks. But Trumponomics has an impact on the whole market, man. So yeah, I can do a topic on that. So anyway, man, this is the day. This is what we're looking ahead. This is what we're looking forward to today. Again, we do have some things coming up for you to join as far as our investment sessions, our investment class. You can go to www.ergj.net to join for that. But hey, we got a day ahead of us on June 25th here in the market. Trump's talking about build the wall, and I'm talking about building my portfolio. Anyway, this is ERGJ from ERGJ Enterprises at www.ergj.net. And this is New Black Wall Street, a day ahead in the market. And remember this, guys, it takes a village, and it starts with us. Let's build.
The New Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.